Hey, it's James Fathers Rights and Resources hashtag how I got cussy. So here's kind of a day in the life of James that kind of shows the whole range of stuff. So really is the weekend because Monday I had a dad who texted me once and I didn't get back to him for a few days, missed him in the midst of a whole bunch of stuff. He sent me money without getting a consultation, and then oh, by the way, remember in my flow page is in the link in the bio now on TikTok. You can click on that, get a bunch of free resources, my rates, ways to contact me, all that stuff. So Monday, a dad, I think he was from Oakland Park, Florida, named Richard Phillips, from the group Richard Phillips and Friends. I don't know if that's the band online or if he has a construction business or whatever. But he reached out to me. He says he's going to plaster my name all over the internet and he can't wait to do it. So good luck with that. Welcome to the club of James haters. If I got judges and lawyers that hate me, I mean, what are you going to do? you know. So anyway, so this guy's mad at me because I didn't get back to him in 5 days, and he texted me Monday saying, "Hey, I need to get something done tomorrow. You haven't gotten back to me. Blah 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 blah." And I said, "I got a couple of appointments. 5 hours." I text him, "I got a couple of slots available." 5 hours later, he's chewing me out. How come I gave you money and you won't get back to me? Blah blah. I'm like, dude, did you get my text? So I called the dude. Did you get my text? No. So there's something wrong with the texting on his end. So I don't know if that was the original fallout or I missed it. I could have missed his text. But I basically said, "What day did we schedule an appointment or did I agree with you on an appointment?" He said, "None." I said, "So you sent me money and you texted me once and you're mad that I didn't get back to you and then you're in a rage." He's like, "Well, you're a hypocrite because you lit a fire under me and now I'm ready to fight and then you don't get back to me for 5 days." I'm like, you know what happens when I don't get a doctor to get back to me, or a doctor's secretary hangs up on me and puts me on hold too long? I call again and again and again. And some of my clients do that. So this guy was outraged and then he kept whining and crying about it. So I told him, "I'll just give you your money back." And he said, "Oh, you don't want to help me now?" I said, "No, not if you're going to call me, chew me out. And then I texted you back and you didn't get my text. And you're still saying I didn't get back to you and then I showed him a picture of my text. And I guess he didn't get that text. And I got the text messages. I saved them. I screenshotted them in case, for when he does come online and he wants to do a bunch of hater stuff. But I keep receipts. So I might have screwed up and like didn't get back to him. But that I'm not obligated to somebody I didn't get back to. You don't know how to run a business and blah blah blah. And you must have got bullied when you were younger. I could tell. And that's where I started hurling the insults because that's a bunch of feminine diva entitled welfare mentality female energy that I get from some dads. Oh, you need to call me. You need to text me. Here's some information. I need you to read it. I need you to do this. I got an email from somebody saying they had a landlord tenant issue and they wanted me to read through their appellate appeal and give them advice. Hadn't even talked to the guy, just emails me. Oh, spend a couple hours reading this and look up my case law and look up this stuff and analyze it and just send it to me. That's some entitled diva stuff. We don't do that in any other area of life. Now, I don't want people to pay me ahead of time without getting a consult. Once they get a consult, I like the money up front, guarantee I'm going to get that. But this guy acted like I owed him something, and then he's going off. And I said, first of all, and I'm going to tell you the two stories of guys who actually went to trial and kicked butt at trial. So while this guy is complaining about me and pushes me away from wanting to help him, I just helped two other guys that went to trial and kicked butt. One did with a lawyer and one did by himself. And the one who did it by himself was terrified of going to court and doing anything and screwed up many times along the way. Along the way, and his testimony is his text messages to me out of the blue. I hadn't talked to him in months, and it's on my Instagram page. And I think I put it in my YouTube Shorts. Um, I don't know how to upload that. I don't got TikTok mastered right now, but um, I post testimonials when people text or email me, and I say, "Can I use this as a testimony?" Oh yeah, and then another lady talked about how helpful my packets were. So I got three different like major testimonials, people thanking me. I had some good appointments today, and then one guy yesterday, he's being a drama queen diva, little entitled little Mitch. And then he's talking about how horrible I am. I must have got bullied in school. I don't know how to run a business. I've been doing this 23 years. And then I also told him, I said, "Look, dude. And for those of you out there who might have called me, those of you guys who get in the comments and say, "Hey, can you help me?" I got people on YouTube and in TikTok and places in the comments, and I don't see them till 2 or 3 days later because I can't read every single comment saying, "Hey, can you help me?" Honestly, what kind of lazy ass, limp wristed coward effort is that? How come you don't care to look at the link in my bio like any other? I mean, it's not just about me. Anybody who watches a YouTube video on somebody or a tutorial or whatever, they look at the description to see what's this person's contact name. That's why people put links in their bios in Instagram and TikTok. That's why people put their website in those things. That's why people put descriptions under the video. If you don't have the wherewithal to exert 4 calories and moving the mouse and clicking it or scrolling down to look at the description and then clicking once or twice to get some answers and contact information, then you're not ready for court. If you can't do that stuff, that's why you're in the situation you're in. You need to actually care about your kids enough to like get off your ass or just lift your wrist and move it and click. I don't understand that. You guys are so spoiled. You got it so easy. You're like these kids nowadays who expect an iPhone and expect a PlayStation or Halo, and stuff like that. But the guy, the entitled diva guy, I said no, I'll just give back. And then he sends me a text showing me the text messages that I just saw that day, as if he's been hounding me or whatever. And I haven't been getting back to him. I didn't hear from the guy for 5 days. He sent me a text, sent me money. I overlooked it. I sent his money back. Game over. You just pissed away because you don't have any common sense to follow up the next day. Hey, man, I tried to get a hold of you yesterday, didn't get back to me. He waits 5 days until the last minute, and I got to jump off. And Monday's my craziest day usually because everybody calls me Sunday night or Monday, and all the appointments are usually nowadays crammed into a Monday and Friday, and sometimes appointments in between, sometimes nothing. So that's a typical day where I'll get a hater, or maybe a typical week. Like I only get a serious hater like once a week, in person on YouTube and TikTok. I got an attorney, like I posted, this attorney's stalking me and he loves arguing. He's getting off on arguing with me. It's like, why don't you spend that energy and time with your clients? Why are you on YouTube goofing off with some guy who you think is inferior to you? It's ridiculous how stupid these attorneys are. These attorneys are dumber than you guys. I mean, you guys think that, oh, I'm dumb. I don't know. You're not stupid. I don't know. All you got to do is learn the law. It's out there for everybody to learn. These attorneys are so stupid they spend $100,000 going to law school to learn some stuff that's online that everybody else can learn. So there's a guy on the East Coast. He did his own trial. He made a bunch of screw ups. He was only seeing his kid like once a month, or sometimes you can only see a kid for a few hours. You have to drive across state to meet the mom and see the kid for a few hours. And he wasn't really fighting the right way. And we talked about it. And I said, you got to do this and that. And he kept watching my videos and watching my videos. And he texted me. He said he destroyed the mother on the stand for 3.5 hours. And then in the middle of trial, before trial's over, the mom's attorney is sitting there saying, would you rather just settle on 50-50? They're worried about losing custody to him now after he represented himself and destroyed the mother and her attorney on the stand. Then I have another guy who's been pro se for a long time. He got a judge removed. He's got a guardian ad litem who hates his guts. He has an opposing attorney who hates his guts. They all huddled in the court hallway one day and they were laughing. The mom, the guardian ad litem, the attorney, and they're all talking bad about him. And he came back in the courtroom because he forgot something and they didn't notice he was there. And he walked by and he hears them giggling about him. And he's in there calling them out and stuff. And I guess the guardian ad litem was allowed to put him on the stand or question him on the stand at the trial. And she's like, you said this about me and this about me. And he's like, yeah. She said, well, you said I lied. That's a pretty damning allegation. He said, yeah, because you did lie. And the judge is totally on his side. And the guardian ad litem's whining and crying. The father was biased toward me, or the father was criticizing me for being biased. He's like, well, that's what it looks like. You're being biased. The judge said it in open court. And see, everybody told this dad to quit, agreed to the guardian ad litem, kiss butt to the guardian ad litem, kiss butt to the mother's attorney, all this stuff. You're looking bad, all the stuff you guys are scared of. And this guy fought and took it to the end. And so did this other guy on the East Coast. One of them's the Midwest, one of them's the East Coast. These guys kept at it and kept at it. And now it looks like both dads could get custody as a result of trial. And one dad's automatically can get 50-50. Their mom's willing to agree to 50-50. So a day in the life. What are you waiting for?